Hi soap fans, I'm Allie and this is Jack, my Young and the Restless inspired cold process soap. I made this bar of soap to represent the character of Jack, and I thought I would tell you today the story behind why I chose to represent him in this style of bar as well as the fragrance. So I can characterize Jack in one single word: sentimental. Jack is someone who is always thinking about the past in such a sticky, sweet, almost foggy sort of way. Jack, I think, has always been stuck in the past since the moment that he lost his father's company to Victor. Victor played Jack for a fool, and he was a fool, and he lost something that was so important to his father, something that was so important to his family, and it caused a loss within himself. And it's something that I think throughout the years Jack has always been grasping for. I think he's always been reaching backward toward the man he could have been, the father he could have been, the head of the family he could have been, the John Abbott that he could have been and never really was. So I knew as I started to blend this fragrance that I wanted it to be a sticky, sweet, sentimental fragrance, because Jack is not, I don't think, overly bitter about the way his life has turned out, but there's just something about him that thinks maybe that the old days are the better days. So I chose to blend two different types of caramel to represent the sticky, sweet Jack. I also blended in some vanilla and some tonka bean. This is a very sweet, just dreamy, absolutely dreamy and delectable fragrance. But Jack isn't just sweet. He has a lot of depth to him. He's actually a very well-rounded character. He's very thoughtful, and I wanted to represent that by putting in some woody notes. In fact, the base woody blend in this fragrance is so good. It is applewood, cedarwood, teakwood, and it just pulls together all of these sweet notes in such a beautiful way. I absolutely love it. There's just a little hint of spice in this fragrance that balances out the sweet. Everything is sitting on this beautiful woody base. I represented the bar as a brown and white specifically because there was the wood and the caramel and the vanilla. It made sense to have a brown and white bar. And if you want to see how I achieved these colors, it's kind of interesting. I'll put a link here to the making of this bar if you'd like to see how this actually physically came together. But I'm so happy with the way this fragrance turned out. I do think that it represents who Jack is, and it's just probably one of my favorite blends that I've done in this Y&R series. I love the Christine bar, you may have already seen, and the Jack bar. I think those are probably my two personal favorites. If you enjoy vanilla fragrances, this will knock your socks off because it's also so much more. It's not a sweet, it's just not sweet. It's got some depth to it. In fact, I loved it so much as I was making it, I decided to make myself a lotion out of it too. You can see my little jar here. I create kind of a large lotion from scratch base, and then as I find fragrances that I like, I put it into a smaller container and just keep that for myself. And the day I was making the Jack soap, I grabbed one of these containers like it was like hot. I needed to have this in my collection so that I could use the lotion too. So this is really truly a beautiful fragrance. It's not the world's most beautiful bar, and some weird things I think happened during the cold process soap process, but you know, the fact that it's kind of a woody aroma, it sort of works with these little cracks. I mean, shoot, there's definitely some cracks in Jack's facade, but I think it's a wonderful bar. I think that you would love it too. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. If you could describe Jack in one word, what would it be? Do you think that choosing a sweet fragrance was the right option? You guys will have to let me know. So I hope you enjoy the story, that you leave a comment, that you subscribe to the channel, and that you come back for more Genoa City soap.